they hint a little bit at that with some of the separatists
Mm-hmm.
hologram message. He had three of them there, and he's like, go into hiding or something. And one of them was the guy from.
Oh, I just went live. Sorry about that.
That's what we got.
So we could talk with some people. But I think looking at that episode makes me wanna look at the Rebels episode where they went into that time travel continuum. They went into the Jedi room, and then like that hidden room that controls all the time, and he runs into Ahsoka there. Ezra runs into Ahsoka there, and then they go back to that one scene, and she tries to save him. It doesn't work, but
there's a lot.
It doesn't work. We already know how it ends. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if you think ahead, it's not so much of a cliffhanger because you know parts of the future.
Yeah.
All right, so now my YouTube caught up, and people are BFAB in the house.
BFAB is in the house.
Bricks.
I know Sasquatch Bricks.
I guess if we're not, or we are live.
We're live, dude. We in it. Yeah, we live.
We're just waiting on Agents of Mock.
Yeah, waiting on our friend Troy. We're not gonna do the challenge without him. And so we're just waiting to hear back from him if it's a go or not. If it's not, we can redo this thing. So we're just waiting on our friend Troy. That's all. But we're gonna do a Star Wars build, in celebration of Revenge of the 5th, because we missed the 4th. So now we are dark side. Besides, anyway, Jedi, they got too many problems, man. I'm starting to find out. I'm finding out a lot. I'm starting to find out a lot. Like they just got too many problems, man. I see why. I'm starting to see why. Even for the part where she's warning, Ahsoka's warning them, hey, look, this is what's going to happen. Hey, and what made me so mad was that Yoda kept it to himself, and Yoda even knew about it, and Yoda kept it to himself. Yeah. Like if you go about 4 episodes from the last, Yoda decides to escape, and he uses Anakin to escape the compound, right, of a Jedi temple, and then he goes off and he's on his little mission. But then they reveal to him, hey, look, this is the next Palpatine's apprentice, and you can hear the Darth Vader breathing, and they're saying it's Anakin. So he knew.
Yeah.
And back to the council, act like he ain't know anything. Like he like, dude, you part of the problem. What in the world?
Can't trust those cloudy dark side visions.
Yeah, man.
Wow. Yeah, it's what do you call that? A little divisive.
Yeah, it kind of, man. That's the last episode. I'm mad, man. I'm gonna do a rant on that, man, because they shouldn't let. They left so many open-ended stuff, man. It was just ridiculous. And then here's the things that they had. That was a part 2, right?
Are you talking about
part 3? That was a part 3 thing, right?
Clone Wars?
No, the that episode that was 3 of 3, right? Because they went into like a mini series of the finale. And so I think that was part 3, right?
What are you talking about? Rebels?
Yeah, Clone Wars.
The Clone Wars finale was 4 parts. It was a 4-part finale.
Right. Okay.
They did 3 Fridays, and then May the 4th. The last one, part 4, was called Victory and Death or something. So they were all named, and they had kind of newer, almost movie branded fonts in front of the episodes. It's pretty cool. I liked how they brought it up a level for that series of shows.
Yeah, it was and they were just building too much anticipation, like in the build up, and even where like the point where you got Captain Rex versus the rest of the clones, and it was a big anticipation build up, and for it to like, who knows where Ahsoka went, so she went into hiding because that's the, and
had to end somewhere. It's gonna end.
Like, at least take me to the other part. Like, take me to the other part. We know how, Anakin becomes Skywalker, but it's so much missing, bro. I'm just little bit, I could. This goes up there. The finales show finales. So we're talking about all show finales. This goes up there with number one, The Sopranos, because they left you hanging.
Yeah. Well, geez.
Number two, Game of Thrones. That was a bust. That was a bust. You had me watch all those seasons, all those episodes of each season to get to that finale, and the finale was a bust because he ended up back where he started.
They turned the throne. We want to see somebody's going to sit on the throne the whole time.
Yeah, it just,
and then Lost, I guess. That's always...
Lost was, this goes up there with that. So my thing is, why even bring that 7th season back?
I got to bring you around, man. I got to bring you around.
They bring the 7th season back to do that? It's like...
Well, they told a lot of stories with the clones reacting to that Order 66. It was good to see some of them kind of struggle with the logic of it when Rex brought Ahsoka in front of Jesse and all the other 501st or whatever they were.
Yeah.
Then they're like, she's not a Jedi. She quit the Jedi, so you don't have to kill her.
Yeah, you gave the order. You gave the order. Whoever's in the way. They loaded my man and was ready to execute him. Like, oh, man.
Yeah. So they showed that they're not robots. They're this, they have this programming, but they are thinking about it. So I don't know. I'm super happy, actually.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that, I say like the last 5 minutes of that show.
People are saying
that me furious. Like, I wish my man, what is that? Wish my man Matt was on here, man. Brickwiz. I wish he was on here, man, because
we'll see what Brickwiz has to say.
I would be furious. And you know what? They might like it. They might like I'm a new, that's a new part of Star Wars for me, like the Clone Wars and stuff. That's a new part for me. But maybe I can't talk too much about it. But that, man, that final episode, man, that last episode, I'm mad.
They had a huge battle. They had the battle was basically before the crash, and Darth Maul caused the crash by using the Force to take out the hyperdrive, and then she comes out of hyperspace. That's kind of new.
So you telling me, and here's the thing, it's like this opens up the possibility that Darth Maul is still alive even during the Rey era of, the Rey Skywalker era now. Like, because ain't nobody kill him now. He's still out there. We thought he was dead. They brought him back and realized, they gave him some mechanical legs. Wow. He's wreaking havoc again. Palpatine could have ended him, but he didn't. So
you have to watch Rebels.
Galaxy, like he's out there. Like, you think it's over with Palpatine? It's not, because you still got this guy out there.
There's always two. There's always two.
He dies in Rebels. Oh, he dies in Rebels. He do. Oh, that's right.
He dies in Rebels. I wasn't gonna spoil it.
But here's the thing: in Rebels, he doesn't have iron legs, do he?
He got cured of the iron legs in this one, I think, in this season or early. He's got metal legs, but they're not the claw legs.
He said, "What do I think about Sasquatch?" I said, "What do I think about the Resistance TV show?"
Resistance. Now that's a little further into the future, but so that's after Jedi, I believe.
It's after
Resistance. I think it's after Jedi and before The Force Awakens.
Yeah, because you got Poe Dameron still in there. Like he's in that show.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. You know, I went and made a mock and everything of the Colossus and everything. It looks great. And right up to the part where you get to the last episode of the first season and they show the Colossus emerge from the water and shoot out into hyperspace. Then I was mad because that means that my mock of the Colossus is only probably 10% of that ship.
Yeah.
So
it's just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, I'm a little bit mad about that. Yeah, a little bit mad. I mean, it's an awesome mock. It is, I'll take it to a show once the shows and stuff, hit again. But I haven't even really taken pictures of it and circulate pictures of it yet. But
you just show still underwater, right?
Yeah, I'm showing it still underwater.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, and I was done with the mock, and then they showed the whole entire ship shooting into hyperspace. I said, "Yo, you got to
do about an over and under like the Australia show."
right. Yeah, yo, that Australian show. I can't wait to see that show. I saw some clips on YouTube. But I want to see the whole thing where they did the over. They did the over and under.
Over and under.
Yeah, that was
interesting. That was a good challenge.
Yeah, that was definitely an amazing challenge because now you're building upright on top of the table, right?
No problem.
You got to build underneath, and that's the problem because now your studs are going to be facing downward. So now you got to change a lot of stuff, and you could use brackets, you can use the Travis bricks and all that stuff, and you can use all that stuff to change the direction.
But I think it was hard to see the details, but I think, I don't know. I wish I had seen them build it upside down. They probably built it normal and then reversed the stud somehow and then stuck it upwards onto the thing. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. That was a good episode.
Yeah. I like that rocket ship. And then and see, you have the presence of mind to all right, you're building on top of the table, you're building underneath the table, and that's like the minimum at this point. That's like the minimum. But then I saw with that rocket ship, they built like they built around the table, so you had a couple of clouds and smoke around the table to kind of cover up the table edge. Now that is thinking outside of the box or off the table.
Yeah,
building off the table. I think that I like the competition. I like those competitions, man. I like that how they revamped the whole
they had a good twist. Did you see the twist where they brought the team back?
No.
Okay, so they took one team out, and then the girl team was gonna go, and they're like, "Or are you? Wait a minute!" And they bring the other team back. And they have a battle of the losers, basically. And one of them gets to stay. And they did a 2-hour challenge. And it was a retro 1-to-1 scale. They had to choose from a Polaroid camera and a Game Boy were the ones that were chosen. And there were a few other things. So they had to build a Game Boy 1-to-1 scale. And the girls picked a Polaroid.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a good way to do the redemption kind of instead of the gold brick or if you had a bad break and you feel like you want a second chance, a real second chance.
Yeah and that's that would be amazing. I would appreciate that. Of course, because I was eliminated. I would appreciate that because I get that and here's the thing, in my experience, it was, you have a bad, and I want to say you had a bad day, you could be eliminated, right? But that wasn't the case on the show that I was on. It was some teams, I don't want to say who, but it was some teams that were having bad days and they just didn't get eliminated. And they just didn't. You can look at somebody's stuff and just be like, yeah, you having a bad day.
Yeah. That's a lot of time to go out with one decision.
Yeah.
Any of those challenges. So I like the fact that they could at a choice of their own choosing surprise you and have I don't know what you call it, a redemption build.
Right.
Survivor, like, you know, they're taking hints from Survivor, I guess, you know, where you go to Redemption Island or something.
Yeah,
you can get back on the island.
And that's just it, because it's like you get a second shot at, you know, all right, you know, and I think like giving somebody a second shot, that's gonna make the team much hungrier at this point, because now you're trying to scrap to get back into the ring with the winners, and then once you're there, you know, you have this killer instinct. All right, you know, we've been in the bottom two, we lost and we got eliminated. Let's not do this. Yeah, like let's not do this again.
There's some funny chat going on.
Oh yeah, he said, "I feel like you don't understand Lego." Yeah.
Brickafit wants us to list the best to worst Star Wars.
The list of the movies. You know, honestly, I would tell you I've seen all of them, but I would probably have to watch them all again in sequence and come up with a list like that.
To rank them.
Yeah. Because
to rank them properly.
Some of them they like the original 3 movies, the ones that came out like in the 70s and 80s. Yeah. You know, they did renders of them, so they got scenes in there now that wasn't in there back then.
Right. Because I like Rogue One. It leads into right into A New Hope. Like,
yeah.
10 seconds later, it's like a true prequel.
Right.
Ray leading up explains why there's plans out there and all of that.
Right.
So I want to say, for me, Rogue One is way up there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll just and I can change my opinion, I guess. But if I put that one, I don't know. I would almost maybe just do Rogue One and A New Hope and Empire all in a row.
Mm-hmm.
That saga of Vader and Luke,
mm-hmm.
and then the reveal.
I like Rogue One because you got to see the world outside of that starting cast. That's why I like Rogue One. Like, you got to see there was like other characters that were involved outside of that, you know, that star cast.
Yeah. The other rebellion, you know, the rebels.
Yeah. So,
lots of rebels. Yeah, that's what's cool about a lot of the prequels.
Right.
Scotch is saying, do you think episode 9 is good? So that's the last one. Rise of Skywalker.
I think the effects are good. You know, the effects and all the technology they use was awesome. That storyline was a little bit suspect, man. The storyline was just, I don't know. Number one, like with that one, I think like to title it, you know, The Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
And my man, the real Skywalker he really ain't in the movie at all. Like, he probably got a 5-minute viewing or 10-minute viewing just to put Rey's head back in the game, and then he's gone. So,
yeah. There's a lot of retcon of fixing what they did in 8.
Yeah.
So it's too bad that they had to kind of waste time to fix some of Rian Johnson's goofiness, but
yeah,
I do like the new episodes. I do like Rey's arc of it's a tough pill to swallow that she names herself Skywalker, but
yeah.
That's a tough pill.
Another thing, like, yeah, you know,
to rank something up there, like, what?
Right. And I get it. It's like a rebirth of a person. Like, you know, you are Jedi now, and so, you know, maybe your Jedi name would be, you know, like even like with a pope's person that's getting ready to be a pope, he has a real name, but when he becomes a pope, his name changes.
Right. Well, in her case, it's like an adoption story.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't raised by a Palpatine.
Right.
Her parents were killed. She was raised in a similar desert, scenario, and then Luke trains her a little bit, and Leia picks up that training. So them are her new foster parents.
Right.
So that explains it, but that was a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah, it was. I didn't like it. I mean, I get it. You got to tell a new story, and I'm all for that. But I didn't like it because it was like, oh yeah.
So I think they're ending the Skywalker, and so it's not the end of Skywalker. She adopted the name.
That's the rise of Skywalker, maybe. Then maybe that's the reason why they said the rise of Skywalker. Maybe I don't like it because she's not a Skywalker. That's what I don't like it, but that's what it is. Okay,
that part kind of bothered me a little bit, and then it was really divisive. I like a lot of the fan service, but a lot of it was really divisive.
Yeah. So tell me, did you catch, and you've seen all of Mandalorian, right? The Mandalorian on Disney, right?
Yeah. So yeah, Mandalorian. Yeah.
Did you catch the commentary about I guess it's the director's cut they're doing making the Mandalorian? And so so you caught that?
Yep.
All right. So good. So if you didn't catch that, jump off the stream because we're gonna spoil
spoilers for everything Star Wars.
It's a good new, and what they did was they made a whole new show about making the Mandalorian. So the first episode are this all-star cast of directors and how they once how they started into directing a lot of the Star Wars stuff and how they came together, and now they have they're this super packed team now. And I think.
That's Troy, that's StreamYard.
Yeah.
Where's Troy?
Where is Troy? Yeah. Where's Troy? I'll run it for about another 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But maybe he got caught up doing something. So I don't
I guess we can postpone it.
Yeah, we postpone it.
Have fun California time, East Coast time. I'm thinking you said start at 7, and I was like, oh, he means East Coast time, 7. That's 6 for me.
Oh.
That's.
Well, I mean, we were starting around the same time yesterday, right?
Yeah, it was the same time. So he must have something. Yeah.
He probably got tied up on something. We love him anyway. We love him. So
go ahead.
Mando. The Mandalorian. So yeah, man. You know what? I always saw John. Is it John Favreau? I can never say his last name. Favreau. I always seen his name right. And this is how dumb I am. I always seen his name and I knew what he did, but I never saw his face behind the scenes, right? So when he was in all the Iron Man movies and some of these and even some of these Star Wars movies, it never dawned on me that, hey, that's the guy. Until he starts popping up as being behind the scenes, and I got to see this documentary and all this other stuff, and so it's fun to see. Even one of the directors, he plays the voice of IG-11,
Taika Waititi.
Yeah. So
yeah, he's usually a voice actor. So or he's really he did Korg in Guardians of the Galaxy, or that was Thor, and then he was IG-11. In Rogue, was that Rogue One, or or the Mando?
The Mando.
IG-11.
Mm-hmm.
Who was wasn't there a funny robot? Oh, K2SO. That was a different guy in Rogue One.
Rogue One.
But yeah, it's cool to see. You don't see too much of the directors.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was a decent little episode showing their passion for Star Wars.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's in good hands.
I can't have. Is it common for to have a directing team like that? I thought you see a director, it's probably maybe 1 or 2, and that's it. But it was
yeah. So you could say Mandalorian is a movie, would be probably my number 1 movie if it was a movie, but it's whatever 8-episode TV series.
Right.
So if you have mostly like TV series, yeah, they have a couple of different directors sometimes for different episodes because there's so many of them. I don't know. All of them do it. You know, Walking Dead, they have a few. They have their favorites, of course,
right?
And they're trying out a few here on that round table of the Mandalorian story. That was good.
Yeah, man. I mean, I digged it, man. It was like, you know,
I'd like to see more like a special effects like one, because that whole, I guess it's like new technology. They filmed that whole thing in a big green screen wall and a green screen roof.
Yeah.
And it's like all studio instead of like Star Wars traditionally is a more authentic scenes and puppetry. This one's like a whole nother level of technology.
Yeah, it was awesome to see the I guess they were shooting the scenes for the, you know, the Sandcrawler when he the Mandalorian you know, encountered the Jawas, and they had probably like, I want to say maybe the facade of a Sandcrawler, and just the magnitude of that thing, that thing was huge.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's what the director was saying too. He's like, I knew I was in Star Wars when I was standing next to that Sandcrawler.
Right. He was
filming, you know, like whoa, and using Jawas. That's classic.
Yeah. All right, folks. We're probably gonna end this stream. I apologize. Maybe we got to find out what happened to our buddy, because
yeah,
he ain't saying nothing. I hope he's all right.
Yeah, I guess tune in possibly later, but we should do it today. Damn it.
Tomorrow's the 6th, so you can always say Revenge of the 6th. So, you know, after that, then. But it's cool. You know, we'll do a Lego Masters type of build challenge with us three. Maybe it don't even have to be Star Wars.
It's early for him, so I mean, you got the night shift though, so I guess it's
I had a couple of days off, so when I find out what my shift is going to be, then I'll let y'all know and we can set something up. But it'll be fun to do a build off. I haven't done a competition building since Lego Masters, and that
was out, man.
Yeah, that was
Troy.
Yeah, so you know,
I'm ready too. I've been like waiting. I've been like trying not to build it ahead of time.
So did you hear Rich Boy J's song? We got the 501st Battle Pack. Nah, I didn't hear that yet. I gotta check it out. He's musically talented. He's a musically talented dude. I gotta check that out. JB, what's going on, man? We ain't got no man. I hope you know, Virginia Brick Fair is still on, man, because like, you know, you see all these brick fairs are, you know, they're canceling with good reason, of course, you know, so you can't get mad at that. But man, I need a brick show, man.
Yeah,
brick show. Well,
what did you say? Did you say Virginia is a no-go?
Nah, I said I'm hoping Virginia is still a go. You know, right now they're saying they're still a go. But and which I can see, because I think they're talking about opening up that state sometime soon. So I mean, I hope it's safe, you know, and then like you open it up, I hope people come out, you know, because like I said, that could be the biggest show, because now there's no Brick World Chicago, so that Virginia could be the biggest show.
Right. I think it's still like it's a slow opening no matter where you go. So even if you're the first best show to kind of have the go ahead,
yeah,
it's still going to be half or less what you would expect. So maybe it's better to wait for Chicago next year.
Yeah, maybe so.
I still might want to make a trip. What?
Yeah, I probably still, I'm still, because it's only 40 minutes away from me, so
still
have it. I'm going. Yeah.
What else is going on? I hit Troy up on a text. He's still not answering. Something.
Now he'll be all right. All right, folks. We are gonna call it. Sorry,
again.
Challenge. I apologize for that. We got to find out what's happening with our buddy.
We need 3 for a true challenge.
Yeah, 3 for a true challenge. No, it's no heads up. It's not a heads
up. Yeah. I would say go get BX Bricks, but he doesn't know Star Wars.
He knows Star Wars.
And you're lagging. So I guess we're out.
I'm freezing. I'm frozen. Sorry, I froze up. My fault. Yeah, I froze up. All right, folks. That's a wrap. Thanks for joining us for the brief time. Hopefully we could I hope we can try again tomorrow. If not, we'll figure it out. Lego Masters rules, it's got to be 3 in the final. Remember that, 3 in the final.
That's right.
Lego Masters rules is always 3 in the final. It's never 2. So don't think somebody's about to get voted off, because it's always 3 in the final.
I got my blank slate ready to go here. So.
I had images on my phone. I was going to cheat.
Oh, I got images up on the screen right here. I got images.
I got an image of, because you got to see the scene, right? At least, right?
That's what I was saying. I've been studying, like.
You at least got to see the scene, right?
Well, if we hear from them soon, I still say we try to do it tonight.
Yeah, I will be at work at midnight.
All right. Damn it. All right, we'll do it another time. I think that it's a good type of video. So
yeah. We'll see if we hear from them in the next hour or so. Yep.
Next time.
All right, folks, we are tuning out. Maybe we'll be back. Maybe we won't. I don't know.
Dark side won.
Dark side won again.